Well, one of these days I'll remember to switch the screen on time. How you guys going? Legend. I did hear the triple redeem, man. How you going, buddy? Sneak it in early. I don't think you've been here in time to do that before. That's epic. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. I believe it's Friday for you. For those of you in koala country like myself, hope you had a good Saturday so far, about halfway through the day. But yeah, today we do have week 4 of season 5 of Budget Build Battles. Probably a quicker way for me to say that. One of these days we'll figure it out. Maybe. But yeah, so today I put it to a poll in the chat. So if you guys do want to vote, you've got a little bit of time left, as in like 3 seconds. All right, the timing on that was beautiful. But yeah, put it to a poll what deck you guys wanted me to play. And we'll be playing the Toxtricity theme deck. So effectively, I built like theme decks for Phantasmal Flames, if it had them. Last week, we tested out the Flygon one. And this week, we'll be testing out Toxtricity. Going to put together a video for both of them to kind of showcase the format and get more people aware of it and maybe try out these decks. But yeah, today, that's what we'll be giving a go. So I'll hop on over to PTCGL and give you guys a run through of the list. All right. Oh, actually, PTCGL is not really the best to showcase decks, hey? Hop on over to Limitless. Let's do that. Let's do that, eh? Hey, Legend, Friday night and you got to get up on Saturday? Got to go to university on a Saturday? Wow. Do you have like an exam or something? There we go. I feel like this screen will show it off a little bit better. But yeah, so obviously the hero of this deck being the Toxtricity with Sinister Surge. Once per turn, you can use the ability, search your deck for a dark energy, put it onto one of your bench dark Pokemon. They do take 2 damage, so kind of like, why can't I find the words? Gardevoir. Obviously, Gardevoir going from discard, not deck, though, so different ways to go about it. And Gardevoir having unlimited access to the energy, but the trade-off being it's a 2-prize Pokemon, and it's a stage 2. This is a stage 1 that gives up 1 prize, so they've got to kind of limit it a little bit. But yeah, so we've got that to get our attackers online. If we can have 2 of these on our bench, that's effectively just pulling 2 energy out of the deck each turn, setting it up on an attacker, an attachment for turn. We can get 3 energy out pretty easily. Lets us use things like Brute Bonnet, has a base damage of 50, then 50 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active. Because we are a dark deck, of course, we've got Monkey Dory in there. So the damage counters Toxtricity is going to be putting onto our Brute Bonnet. We move off of it with Monkey Dory to fix up numbers for Brute Bonnet. So even with just 1 Monkey Dory, 2 dark energy triggers off Toxtricity onto Brute Bonnet, hand off 3. And then we're doing, what, 200 damage? Seems pretty good. For other attackers, though, we've got Sneasel in here. Strike the Sleeper. Does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter on that Pokemon. So we can just kind of like gust something up into the active that has heavy retreat and then just start sniping our opponent's bench using Monkey Dory to set up damage counters and then Sneasel effectively doubling up on top of the damage that it already has. So if it's got 50 damage, we do another 100, gets it up to 150. We're taking out most things. We've got a Veltal in here just to buy some time while we're setting up. Obviously, this deck does need quite a few things online to really do what it wants to do. We need Monkey Dory on the bench with energy. We need Toxtricity set up and Toxtricity setting up our attackers. So like some of these guys can take a while to get online. A Veltal just goes in the active, uses Clutch, locks something in the active, and then we kind of just get our deck online and then start tearing our opponent apart. Making sure that we can find supporter cards, though. We do have Tatsugiri, since we don't really have any draw support Pokemon. Tatsugiri just being an easy pivot, we can pop into the active, grab a supporter card, bounce it to the bench. Helps us kind of thin through the deck while getting some card advantage. And another attacker in here being Murkrow. Deceit, you can search your deck for a supporter card, put it into your hand. So if we're having a slow start, it's not a bad option, but it's mainly in here for the second attack, Torment. It's just 30 base damage. Then you choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks, and they can't use it during their next turn. So if they're a big attacker that just has 1 attack, like Okidogi or Festival Lead, we just go, hey, you can't use that attack. It would make them have to do a little bit of gymnastics to get around it, either switching out of the active into another attacker, or ideally making them have to hard retreat, removing energy, and just burning through their resources in the deck. And yeah, our Murkrow won't like lock them out of playing the game entirely, but it'll make them burn through enough resources that later in the game they won't be able to play. It's kind of the mindset of that. So our Murkrow and Yveltal basically for like early game disruption and buying us time while we set up. And then Sneasel and Brute Bonnet being like the big attackers in the deck. So hopefully it works. We'll see how it goes. I think in theory it should work, but yeah, time will tell on this one, I think. All right, we will take a look over at the actual Limitless page, though, for the tournament. Start doing some deck checks. I did see there's quite a few people that had lists submitted, but hadn't actually checked in for the event just yet. So we'll see where we're at with that. 8 people registered, 4 people checked in with decks. Yeah, not great turnout, but we'll grow the numbers back. BCA, no list yet. Edna, no list. Deadstar, no issues with that. Looks good. Nothing over 2 that can't be. Totodile being at a 3. Basic Pokemon, it evolves. That's all good. Trainers, nothing above a 2. Geron T. Nothing above a 2 in here that can't be. Triple. Same thing. Nothing above a 2 that can't be. That's good. It'd be awkward if there was. Drillbot. Also looking good. Beautiful. Okay, well, I think those are... Oh, we've got another one here. Looks good. And Zaru. No list just yet. But yeah, we do still have a couple minutes. Might just hold off before hitting go to see if there's some last minute check-ins. Because yeah, Drillbot, they've submitted a list. They haven't checked in. So that's kind of one of those tricky spots. Might have submitted a list last night and then forgot the tournament was on today. We give it a bit. Legend, just a course, not even a test. What? So you've got a Saturday class every week. Buddy. That's tricky. Is it at least something interesting? Like, does it keep you engaged to like, you know what? I don't mind getting up on the weekend because I'm enjoying my time here. Or is it like just a course you have to do? Like a calculus or something? Not every week? Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Just this next week. Oh, okay. Just trying to get some extra time in before the holidays, I guess. You have to do it. Yeah, fair. Sometimes it's just like that. All right, but yeah. Might give it 5 more minutes. Looks like we have just had a last minute sign up here. They're checked in, no list just yet. That's all good. Just get rated. Apologies, looking off at a different screen. Pilot, how you going, Pilot? What'd you guys get up to today? Legend, you gotta head off, getting some rest. Good call, man. Rest up, enjoy your class tomorrow, and everyone coming over from Pilot Stream, welcome. Triple BTCG. Today we are streaming the Budget Build Battles tournament over on Limitless. So it's a format all about just single price shenanigans. You're not going to see any EXs, no A specs, just basically the cards that seem like they're bulk. We're trying to find a home for them. The other thing with deck building in this format is you can only have 2 copies of a card that have the same name, the exception being basic Pokemon that evolve. So if a basic Pokemon evolves, you can have 1 extra copy of the basic for each stage of evolution in the deck to kind of help out with consistency. So you don't just see big basics dominating, and stage 2s can kind of find the pieces they need to actually do what their deck wants to do. And yeah, today we're going to be playing a Toxtricity. It's effectively like a Toxtricity theme deck is what I'm calling it. So we've made a Toxtricity one and a Flygon one. We tested out Flygon last week, and this week we are trying out Toxtricity, and we'll see how it goes. Did just give the guys a run through of the deck list, but for all you guys that have just popped over here, I feel like it would be rude to just go in blind, and we've got a bit of time to kill, so I'll give you a run through of the list. Because yeah, we've got the Toxtricity in here with Sinister Surge, getting a dark energy from your deck, popping it onto the bench, damaging your guy. Doesn't sound great, but it's energy acceleration and it's damage counters in a dark deck, which Monkey Dory can just hand off, right? So we're damaging our guys. Monkey Dory is using that damage to set up numbers on the opponent. And then we have attackers that scale based off that. So Brute Bonus can do 50 more damage for each damage counter on our opponent's active. So Monkey Dory hands off 3 to the active. Base damage 50, plus 150. You're doing 200. You're taking out some pretty big threats. And then we've got Sneasel with Streak the Sleeper. Strike the Sleeper. Reading the card explains the card. But yeah, Strike the Sleeper does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter they already have. So Monkey Dory can like just hand off some numbers and then Sneasel snipes them. So it's move 3, do another 60 to them, take out pre-evolutions before they become a threat, or like draw engines to make your opponent really struggle while locking something in the active with a high retreat cost. Aveltal's in here just to buy us some time with Clutch, and Murkrow's in here for the Torment attack, basically just telling our opponent, you can't use that attack. So if they're just going with a big beat stick that has one attack, they're going to have a bad time. Glamburglar, how are you going, buddy? How are you going? But yeah, what'd you guys get up to on Pilot Stream today? I take it to be PTCGO. Yeah. You finding more bugs with it? Or is the game actually like functioning mostly coherently at the moment? Because if there's any issues we need to know about before hit and go, it's appreciated. All right, but where are we at in terms of deck checks? I think we're pretty well ready to go. Did just have a late sign up here with Perfect 007. So they've checked in, haven't submitted a list. If you are in chat, let us know. I'll probably give it an extra 2 minutes, just so if you are wanting to get in there. You can just obviously check your deck, make sure it's good to go. Seems like everyone else is ready though. So Deadstill's list was good, Geronti's is good, mine's all right. Drillbot's list was good, but they haven't actually checked in for the tournament, so might just be a little bit late to get here, and it happens. We do have late registration as well, so if anyone in chat is like, you know what, set format sounds pretty fun, they're more than welcome to hop in. You can also just go, there we go, H3B, tourney. There you go. So there's the sign up for the event and also a link to a YouTube video kind of explaining the format and breaking down some concepts that could be useful for you, like staple cards for this format. Does the how you go, man? Pilot raided? Pilot did raid. He did raid. He flew his community in just to come hang out for the tourney. But yeah, I think we're gonna go in 1 minute. Agarin signing up. So checked in, no list yet. If you are in chat, just let me know. Happy to give you a little bit of extra time if you need it. But yeah, currently just 4 people checked in with lists. So it's, oh, wait. It's kind of on me. I did hop on a little bit late to get the stream going and promoting the event on Twitter today. So normally we see higher numbers than this. That's I'll cop that one. But that's how you going today, buddy? You cooked some spice this week? Oh, yeah. You got some spice. I like it. The Gator. All right. And Drillbot, I'm guessing is, yeah, not going to make it in time for round 1. And Perfect 007, if you are here, please let me know in chat, or else, yeah, we're just going to hit go in like 30 seconds. Kind of small tournament. Maybe it's just a bunch of late registrations this week. Scared for your run tonight. Not confident with Gator, but it always reads like it should be good. Yeah, like it's a good deck. It's a very good deck. It just needs to obviously get the pieces that it needs online quickly, and then you very much control the game, right? Like you damage yourself, you hand off the counters with Monkey Dory, you can lock the opponent in the active, you can go for the big beat stick attack, you can bounce yourself to the bench. Like it offers a lot of options to the gameplay, which is good, while just having one attacker. But like the fact that you've got the Relicanth in there, and it's just like, I have access to all these attacks. I have the ability to scale my damage up, and also just I have the ability to damage myself and hand it off to the opponent. Like you can do some pretty silly stuff. It's just finding the right play for the situations can be a little bit tricky. Another person jumping in here. Layers. Okay. We'll give it to 11:40. It's 11:36 for me right now. 4 more minutes just for these late signups. And Layers is good to go. They got a list. Beautiful. Just give it a check. Make sure it's legal. Okay, Layers, if you are in chat, Legacy Energy. How? Why does this keep happening? We have A-Specs turned off, did we not? A-Spec cards are not allowed. This happened last week too. Like, you shouldn't be able to submit that. Lairs, if you are in chat, please let me know. Unfortunately, your deck list is currently illegal, so you can only have 2 copies of a card with the same name. Basic Pokemon, 1 extra copy for each stage of the evolution. So Dunsparce, you could technically have 3. The Dunsparce, you could only have 2. The Litwix, you're fine. There's 4. It evolves into a stage 2. You're allowed 2 extra copies. The Lampinsa, you can only have 2. Chandler, you can only have 2. And then all of your trainer cards, you're going to need to review those, and you have to remove the A-Spec. So if you let me know that you're in chat and you're going to update it, great. If not, we are just going to remove you from the event. Hopefully you're hearing this and you can rejoin the event with an updated deck list. So that's kind of the benefit of me removing you before the tournament starts. You can just rejoin the event with a different deck. You suspect the A-Specs would be too broken in this format? Like, they're fine. We've tried them out. We've tested them out with like monthly special events, and honestly, it wasn't like a massive game changer. Like, it made things more interesting. It's just another one-off thing in your deck. You have things that are 2-offs. It's honestly fine. It was just most people are like, I'll check in Prime Catcher as extra gust. It's kind of like, okay. And the tree did really well. The tree and Hero's Cape actually were both really good. Jaron, there's a bug with A-Spec energies. So A-Spec energies don't get recognized as A-Specs by Limitless? Weird. I guess it probably just has a check in the trainer spot. Huh. Do we have to ban Legacy Energy separately? Yeah, it might. Is there any other special energy A-Specs? Neo Upper? Neo Upper and Legacy are the only 2, right? All right, I think we hit go. Very small tournament tonight. Well, let's double check how many phases we have. 4 rounds. We're going to bump that back to 3 because we genuinely just cannot do 4 rounds. And we'll remove Top Cut. All right. Enriching too. Hey guys, good luck in your matches. We've got Dudsta against Jaren and Triple against String. Basically just a round robin today. Oh, this feels a bit silly to be running. Yeah, I think I've got to start making the content to promote the format again. We'll start making shorts and yeah, the theme deck videos that I was talking to you guys about at the start of stream. So the Flygon and the Toxtricity one. I think I'm going to try and work on that this week and get it posted. I think that should be good. I'm just trying to do up like some imagery for the thumbnail, which I feel like has been eating up more time than it should. Like, I want to make it like there was I think a box for the product. Like, you could go and buy this in the store and be like, the missing theme deck, which is a bit more work than I realized it would be. I feel like once you get a template kind of in place, it'll be easier to recreate with sets going forward. Dudsa actually helped me with that concept like a year ago. I feel like it was like a year ago when we used to do the top 8 videos each week. Because I was going to do it for like the winning deck each week, and I was just kind of like, oh, this is a lot more complicated than I realized. And so we're revisiting it. Yeah, we'll see. Unless if anyone in chat is a graphic designer and wants to help or has an idea of an easy way for me to do it. And like, I know you could just plug it into AI, but I feel like that's kind of, it doesn't look good. And I want something that, I don't know, feels real. Like I'd be able to print this out. I didn't even say good luck, have fun. Oh my god, I'm a monster. Absolute monster. All right, we're opening the Toxel, which is good. So what we want to be seeing. Into Tepeg. Got the Sneasel. Probably have to use the Sneasel. Do I just go double Toxel this turn? I think it's got to just be double Toxel this turn, right? One's prized. How are we looking for Toxtricities, though? Both are in here. Okay. I can work with that. Because, like, I've got supporters for next turn. I don't need to go for the Tatsugiri. Just attach. Bench this to be safe. I don't think they're going to do anything that takes a knockout. I don't think they have anything that can take a knockout. They've got the Embor. Embor is what? Doubles their fire energy? Oh, no, it's just Rain Dance for fire energy. Okay, cool. Darmanitan's in there. That's kind of scary. I don't have anything to protect my bench. Hops Cramorant, Chuyu, Flutterbane, Tatsugiri. Okay. Should probably go to the big screen for you guys. Let's see. Buddy Buddy Poffin Evo Team. Oh. Okay. Maybe they already have Buddy Poffin. Oh. Okay. That's concerning. This could get bad quick. So Evo TM into Darmanitan. If this gets online this turn, how much trouble am I in? Because it's Ultra Ball, get rid of this, get rid of this, get a Toxtricity. Use this, get a Toxtricity. Accelerate here. I need to be able to move the damage onto him, though. And this is literally just... This is trade 2 cards for 1 card. Like, it's not... Oh, that's not good. Okay, so do that. Like, I don't even have energy for him. That's the other issue. It might just be this. You feel like a lion. How much does he do? 190 and 90. Okay, so he can't take this out. He can take that out. He can take out the 2 Toxels, so I do need to get them evolved up. So Ultra Ball, get rid of that, get rid of that, get a Toxtricity. I'm thinking this one. So you can't snipe it. Bench this. Or I might even just Evo TM it out. Evo TM or Call for Family? I need to keep this. Because if that runs, I want to be able to Gust KO it. Oh, actually, this needs to be on the bench for him to snipe him anyways. Overthinking. Yeah, let's do that. Call for Family. Thin the deck. We'll get another Monkey Dory. Never mind. We will get... What's his first attack? Alright, you can just get this. Get that, get that. Get that, get that. Yeah, it's got to be these two. So I can go into the Murkrow and I can just say you can't use Flame Body Cannon. And this at least complicates what target he goes into. Like if he goes into this, I can't snipe that off their bench if I can get it set up. If he takes out this, less of a risk. He just manually evolved into a Pig Knight, though. Okay. I thought it was going to be like rare candy into M board, blow up my board. Okay. We get a bit more time to get into this game than I thought we would. Whiffs on the boffin. Nowhere tap pigs in deck? What other targets do they even have? Daramac would be too big, Cram would be too big, Chuyu, Fluttermane, Tatsugiri, I guess. But yeah, they only have 2 Tepig. Okay. Okay, get rid of that. I want to draw into Dark Energy. We didn't. This isn't doing enough yet. And I don't want to Iono them. Let's just do. Just poisons him. Yeah, we'll just get another supporter. Using Torment on him does nothing. Go into this seat, get a research. Attach return. You know what? We will chuck it on the Monkey Dory because you never know. And at least we're using our attachment. From here, it's... Oh. Forgot about that. Yes, Lily. Don't research. Burn resources. Lily, we get an extra card. And we get to keep our boss in Iona. Okay. So, Embor's definitely showing up now. Another Darmanitan line and the Embor. I guess in hindsight, I could have... Okay. So I guess in hindsight, I could have attached an energy here, so then this one is getting set up to be ready. From here, though, yeah, we'll just go Lily, because I want to draw an energy. Don't use Toxicity before to upper odds. Balloon could be good here. Get that. That's not even doing enough yet. I can take that one out before it becomes an issue, or I can take that one out. Let's do that. Got another Sneasel as a backup. Beautiful. We can give this a balloon, but it just becomes a target instantly. So I think we do just scrap the energy to hard retreat it. Go into this. Take out the bench Darmanitan. Daramaka. Daramaku Darmanitan. You know what I meant. This is pretty scary, though. Like, hindsight, I probably should have taken out the Tepig, right? Because it's we take out the Tepig, and then I just need to focus on taking him down. So they can't get more attackers set up. But at this point, he's going to get set up, comes out, takes out two of my pieces, right? Like two attackers or an attacker and our other potential energy engine. What? Are they just not finding fire energy? Just sitting on a brick tent? Need that. Okay. Ultra Ball, get rid of. Keep that. Should be okay to get rid of that. Could get rid of this. Just because I don't really have bench space for it at the moment. Get rid of that or get rid of this. No, it's probably just get rid of the Sneasel. Right, we've got to heal him to keep him out of range of this fella. So I think it's just set up on the Tepig, take another prize. Right, like going into the Darmanitan, I've just got to do that as one swift action with the group on it. He's going to be too big for the Sneasel. Because that's doing like chip damage into it. It's kind of whatever. And the Sneasel getting taken out to free up a bench space for the second Monkey Dory, I think does open up a lot of plays for us. Like optimal bench is effectively two monkeys, two toxicities, and then just two attackers. We've overcommitted at this point. The Chu Yu shows up. What's going on? They've got to just be bricked. Okay, so I just take this out then, and it's pretty much GG. I messed up. You shouldn't be in the active. I needed to toxicity to you. He only goes to the bench. I messed up. And I had the balloon too. Just big fumble. Right. Heal this. Damage that. Swing through. And then I think it's just checkmate. They're not going to be able to get into the game fast enough now. How much is that doing? 30 damage for each basic energy in the discard. I've got 3. It's doing 90 if it goes for this first attack. I guess they could use Flare Bringer to ramp energy onto the Darmanitan. The Cram is pretty spicy. They've got the balloon. Do they have the attach? They do. Nice. Let's check that in the active. We'll give it a balloon. I want it to be our pivot piece. This one too. It's like I could go into the Murkrow now and just say you can't use Fickle Spitting. But I feel like we've got better options. Go for the clutch play. Or even just attack through with Monkey Dory. Got more dark in the discard. I've got super rod. What do I lean into as an attacker now, though? Honestly, might just be Velta going for 110. I feel like we need a recycler in here. Did not expect we'd be burning through the energy as quickly as we do, but yeah, like the 3 energy attacks, they eat it up. Because I could put Punch on there, gust him, hit him with Monkey, but then this leaves this as a risk. So yeah, we'll just 30 on him. Monkey can take him out. And then start setting up numbers on them. Like, I feel like we're just at a checkmate position at this point. But the Germanitan, like, the fact that they can theoretically get 2 KOs in 1 turn is pretty big. My guys are just outside of range now, though. Like, they can take out the Murkrow, but they can't take out the Toxtricities, the Yveltal, the Monkey Dories all in one go, at least. So you've kind of bypassed that thread of it, I guess. Yeah, it is just checkmate here, isn't it? How much does this do? 140. So that kind of is a threat now, then. Make this an attacker too. Yeah, we swing through with the Yveltal. Keeping some dark energy still in the deck, so I can theoretically charge up another attacker in a pinch if I need it, but I think we're just good from here. Darmanitan, it goes, what, 90 to the Yveltal, take out the Murkrow, or they use Backdraft and get no KOs, just not does 90 into the Yveltal. It's a cool concept. But yeah, it seems like they just bricked in the early game and couldn't get the Embor out, or decided not to get the Embor out because they didn't have energy to use for it. Yeah, and we just swing through. Nice. Thinking it's that they just weren't finding the fire energy. Just asking them in chat. Let's see. Because like very cool concept for a deck. All right. Drillbot has showed up. Beautiful. We've got Guarantee taking down Dudsta, Triple taking down String. Should be good to push through to the next round once that updates. There we go. String getting themselves a bye for round 2. We've got Triple against Studsta, Drobot against Guarantee. Good luck in your matches, guys. Is interesting they didn't put the two 1-0s into each other, but it's basically, yeah, just round robin. String Bean, how you going? Found no fire energy. I was wondering, I'm like, he used Dawn. Or they used Dawn. They have another Duranitan line in hand and the Embor. Like, at any point, it's just Embor, flood a bunch of fire, take out a Toxel, take out, like, one of my little attackers or something, or soften up the toxicity. I'm like, this can go south very quickly. And then it just didn't. No, I don't know. Very cool concept, but yeah. Unfortunately, the deck just didn't do what it wanted to do that game. I hope that it does into the next round. It does look like you got to buy this round, though. We had somebody do late registrations. Now we've got an odd amount of people. But yeah, keen to hear how you go in the round after this. So we will be doing just 3 rounds today due to the turnout. If there is anyone in chat that is keen to sign up, though, late registration is open if you want to jump in, or if you guys want to hang out in the Discord. There's always people that are keen for a game, so just go in there and hop in the looking for games section. I've got Dudster already, right? Yeah. Dudster's not online. Oh, no. Did kick off this round a little bit early. We had the ability to. Had to add time into rounds because before we would always have people going to time. It would just be like one game going to time. And it'd be like, okay, we'll give them an extra 5 minutes just to remove that buffer. And then now we don't have the issue anymore. But then when we go ahead a little bit, when all the matches do finish early, creates another issue. It should give you a ping, though, if you're on Limitless. I guess if you have notifications enabled, though, that's the other bit. Yeah, I like the idea of it, String. How are you liking the format, though? Is this your first time playing in it? And where is Dudsta? I'll just ping him in the Discord. And yeah, it looks like a couple of the regulars have reached out in the Discord just saying, like, unfortunately, just couldn't make it this week. And that's fair. I feel like this time of year, things get a little bit tricky, right? There's lots of like Christmas parties that pop up. Seeing people you don't get to see as often, like making time for that is 100% always a priority. Like I had a Christmas party last night too. This was kind of like a little rough this morning. That's all good. String, this is your first time playing any Pokemon tournament. Really? And you're like, this one. This is the one I want to do. That's epic. I love it. Do you play on ladder a lot though? Like do you play a lot of just PTCGL? Or going to a pre-release or something? Yeah, nice. What decks do you normally play on ladder? And where is Mr. Dudsta? Is he online on Discord even? No. Oh. That's weird. That is very weird. Flareon. Nice. Oh, the Evolutions box? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I actually played into Evolutions in Brisbane. Already guy running it. But he was like focusing mainly on the Sylveon, which kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, right, this card exists. You play with Arvin instead of Crispin. Okay, cool. That's cool. I guess it gives you an out to get the Terra Crystal. Is that the game plan? Like attach for turn, Arvin, get the crystal, attach the crystal, go. That seems good. I can't say I'm overly familiar with how the list is normally built, but yeah, either of those sounds like it should get the job done. And honestly, Arvin's probably the more consistent way to do it, so I like it. Unless you prize the crystal. Oh my god, that's that. He missed the check-in. Well, if he shows up, we can just reset the time on it. Not the time, but like reset the result. Yeah, it's based on the PTCGL default list. Okay, cool. Nice. Have you checked out like competitive builds of it before? Or like looked into different builds? Or are you just kind of like workshopping your own deck? I'm pretty sure Flareon has seen play at a competitive level as well. Not sure that it's been seeing as much recently, but still out there. Yeah. This guy. You have a prefer your version? That's fair. It is very fair. There's a lot of one-offs. I guess this is just showing us like example cards. Not the 100% counts. I don't know. Cyrano, Briar. So many one-offs. So just one Crispin. I guess, yeah, it's just get the Flareon online, use the attack. You're starting to set up other attackers. You've got the Noctiles to just find the key pieces you need and do what you want to do. Glass Trumpet. All right. That's actually kind of sick. Okay. So for ramp, you've effectively got Glass Trumpet, Crispin, and the Crystal. There's enough ways to get online quick. Cool. That's last round. That's it. If you are here, let me know. We can reset the results. Whoa. I think this is the smallest event. Honestly, felt a bit silly hitting go, but like, I don't want to put people off that do show up week after week, and it's good, right? Like you guys are helping keep the community alive. I want to show that we'll support that. Top four is always guaranteed points as well. So we've got 5 players. It's pretty much everyone that's playing this week will be getting points. So good way to boost up your numbers for the season, I guess. But yeah, it just seems like lots going on this weekend. People weren't able to make it. Away she goes. But yeah, if anyone does want to just do like a friendly match, let me know. Not too sure how long Jaren and Drill will be. Oh, I've had an issue with BTC Jail. Okay. Yeah, if anyone wants to do a friendly match, let me know. I think we got time. If you want a rematch string, let me know, buddy. Or if you've got another deck you want to test out. Still figuring some other decks out. That's fair, but that's fair. There's quite a bit you can cook up for this format. Quite a bit. Do we get any new card reveals yet? Oh, that's Discord, not Poke Beach. What do we got going on Poke Beach today? First partner booster pack. Okay. Replaced effective cards. Charizard tin. Oh, and the Crydon, right? The Crydon got revealed. Learned of a first partner booster pack collection. It'll release in the US in March, presumably to celebrate Pokemon Day and the 30th anniversary. Nice. Okay, so they think it's just going to be like what they did for the 25th, where you get like a Kanto pack, get a Galar pack, etc. Okay. I hope they do it a bit different and it's not just here's the first printings of these cards again, but as like an updated. It wasn't even an updated card, was it? It's literally just stamped with the 25. I hope they give them all like unique cards. That'd be pretty cool. Japan offers to replace defective mega cards with correct version. Oh, because they had like the Chinese print on them, right? Last week, I reported that some Mega Attack rares from Mega Dream EX were printed with the wrong texture. They used the texture from the traditional Chinese version of the cards, causing incorrect cutouts around Japanese letters. Now, Pokemon Japan are acknowledging the error, seeing it as it affected a small number of manufactured cards. That's funny. It's basically like, hey, we'll do a recall of these. How you going, Lennox? How you going? I feel like it's almost cooler to have the error ones, right? Like, I get it. If you want to run it at an event, you want the proper printing of the card. Actually, I wonder, would they not be able to say, no, you can't use this? Because there's technically nothing wrong with the card. The writing in Japanese is on there. It just also has like a silhouette of the Chinese letter. The card's technically legal to play. It's just a bit funny looking. I'd keep it. That's funny. Pokemon Coin Collection Volume 6 releasing this month. Okay, so it's just new coins going with the Jumpstart 100 decks. Or Start Deck 100. Jumpstart's Magic. Okay. Those are kind of cool. The Eevee ones are cool. I like that. The Volume 5. They gave it all the Evolutions one. The other ones are just a bit random, it looks like. And then this time we're getting all the starters from Legends EA. Yeah, so Chikorita, Tepig, Totodile, Mega Audino for some reason. Mega Charizard, but just one of them. I like how it's very like Legends centric. You've got Mega Pokemon, we've got the starters, you got Pikachu, Clefairy, and then Azumarill and what is that? Armarouge? They're not even in the game, so it's just kind of like give them a coin. That's fine. I'm guessing they're probably in like the start decks. That's what it is. Is these are Pokemon that happen to be in Legends, but also happen to be in these starter decks. Getting Charizard tins. Okay, it seemed fine. So it'll just be what, a promo art, or is it? Are they even doing promo arts anymore? Is that literally just the card that's in the set? And then yeah, two Phantasmal Flames, one Mega Evolution, one Destined Rival pack. I used to like these when you got like the really cool promos. So which set was it? Team Up? Or at least during the Team Up era, they had tins where it was like you could get Mewtwo and Mew, Lucario and Melmetal, Pikachu and Zekrom, Snorlax and Eevee, and it was like an alternate art of them that you couldn't get anywhere else. It was like just through these tins. Those I picked up. I thought they were pretty neat. So I got the Snorlax one and the Melmetal one. Oh, and the Mewtwo actually. I think I sold the Mewtwo card though. Kind of regret that now. Any of these good? These are all just starter deck cards, right? Draw two, second attack 130. Can't attack the next turn. Reggie Steel. 4 energy to do 140. It takes 40 less damage though, or 50 less damage. Yeah. Mawile with Call for Family, so it's just like pre-release fodder. Rhydon doing 240 into an EX. Like, I guess it's all right if you want to be running a Miraidon deck still, like if you're trying to make that work. Just as an answer into like Raging Bolt. But that's kind of fallen off. And Koraidon, 50 base. If one of your opponent's Pokemon, not if one of your opponents, one of your Pokemon was knocked out by damage, it does 120 more. So what, 170. If you're hitting something for weakness, gets up to 340. So good answer into like Mega Lopunny. They take a knockout, use this as a response. Okay. That's just still hasn't shown. Man. This week is a bit of a write-off, I guess. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I've got to promote the format a bit more. Oh, silly, silly, silly. What else we got going on? Or has their game wrapped up? Their game did wrap up. Okay, so Drill took down JRNT. We'll push forward into the third and final round for this week. Jared, I really like the format. Hope that it picks up. Me too, man. Me too. I like. I'm the one to blame, right? I took a bit of a break during my move. So regulars that we did have kind of fallen out of routine for it. And we moved from, I used to have it on Friday nights in Australia to now Saturday afternoons. Because the game plan for that was we could get North American players more involved, which they had been requesting for a bit. And now it's just kind of getting it back on their radar that it's available. So it's on me to promote it more. Obviously, if you guys know people that want to try out the format or that you think would enjoy the format, let them know. Send through a link. If you see me posting on Twitter, retweeting it, it's always appreciated. Just little things, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, Drillbot, looks like we have paired for the third round of tonight, or today. So I'll see you in the match in a moment. And I've got to make videos on it again. I think that's the main thing. I think even if it's just like shorts, like this format exists. This is what we cooked up this week. See what it does. Yeah, what are you playing tonight, Jared? What did you cook up? Oh, the Machamp. I love that. That's so cool. I think we played last week while you were on there, right? Yeah, the Machamp's pretty neat. Because it's got guts, right? If you get hit, flip a coin. If heads, just doesn't get knocked out. Thank God there's not ways to manipulate coin flips in the format right now. Oh, they went tails. Tails never fails. Oh, it did in this situation. Okay. Yes. What are we playing into? Frostlass. Okay. This needs to be in play. This should probably also be in play. But I think it literally is just open the monkey dory. Because if they open a snow run, we can just punch it in the face. This is actually going to be a really good attacker to have out. This I feel like is going to be a liability to use. So it is just put out cheap attackers. And maybe get another monkey dory now. That's going to hurt. I need this for next turn though. I don't think I use this, and I need this to attack. Instantly punished. Okay. This is going to be problematic. Maybe I should have gone for the toxicity. Like, I'm trying to keep it alive. Probably should have gone for the toxicity, right? Because if they don't get their Frostlass set up, there's no damage counters in play for us to be manipulating around. Like, I'm leaning into the Monkey Dory as a means of staying alive against them, but I need a way to go aggressive against them. Because, yeah, like that Ultra Ball did nothing for me effectively. If we got the second Monkey Dory out, it would have been big, but we didn't. It's in the prizes. And now they put an Artisan down, so it's like, I can get whatever I need when I need it. I'm not even going to bother with that. I think it just opens the opportunity for something getting locked in the active. They've got two Luminous Energy. One of them's down now. So they've only got one more that could be used to turn the Monkey Dory or the Frostlasses into theoretical attackers. And then they're just planning on bouncing damage counters around. Yeah, I should have leaned into the toxicity thing. Evo TM. Okay. They've already attached Dark Energy to Monkey Dory this turn, though. That's the hang on. Feel so bad for not rocking up your game. Oh, I thought you just missed our round. I didn't realize you missed round one. Dang, man. You're working overnights at the moment? That'd be tricky. That would be tricky. But nah, man. Rest. Rest is a priority, but so no apology needed. You know what? I think we do bench the top though. I need a way to just get energy into play. Do that, do that. Could go for the Sneasel. Right? Like even just one Toxtricity as a means of going like get energy on this, attach for turn, go. I think is pretty big. Non-basic water Pokemon. That just gives them a way to get damage counters to play around with. It's not really helping us. Right? He's already got an energy. Although, do this. Does feel like a waste. But I could take that out. I can take that out. Suddenly it doesn't feel as much of as a waste. Right? 2 prize turn. Don't mind if I do. Not mad at that. And we take that out. Where's my other monkey? There he is. Ah. Stream magic. Love when it works like that. You fell straight back to sleep. It's all good, man. It's been a pretty small turnout this week. Like there is 5 people that are signed up. Well, I think 9 people signed up. 5 people checked in and submitted lists. I got to start promoting the format again. It is required. But all the run's been good. Trying out the Toxtricity pre-con that I've thrown together, and honestly, like, it feels pretty fluid. Do I need to be concerned here? I don't think so. Wait. Did I take out a Snom earlier? Or a Snorunt? I knocked out a Snom. What is... Oh, Snom's in there for the Frostlass. Or not Frostlass, Frostmoth? It's like 20, put you to sleep, bunch of damage to everything? Okay. Like, I Gust KO'd a Snom earlier. It was the right call. That actually would have been tricky. A little bit tricky. Doing some spread, doing some sleep shenanigans. What are we doing here? Bench you. I start taking pings. Attach that. Just do that. Guess I could have gotten the Toxtricity out. I can get the Toxtricity out. Do I need or want to, though? Yeah, it's another thing that starts getting damage counters built up from their Frostlass, and then I can throw them back at them. They've only got the one Frostlass out, so it's not like my guys are really at a risk of anything at the moment. We'll put this on Sneasel. Start ramping energy onto it. And we can take apart their monkeys. right? Because from here they go Veltal, try and gust around, lock something in the active that doesn't want to attach or attack. I have an out already, so we use that. Probably just go into this, throw some damage counters on one of their monkeys, blow it up. Think you do precons more often? Also, would you be putting them on the Limitless page so that way people can grab them at a second's notice? Huh? Like, I'd have a link for it. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Because I don't think I can have a link to just like all my decks, unfortunately, but I can make links for specific deck lists. So no, we can't do that. So I'll put together a video for it. I was talking to chat earlier actually about how you and I were making like concept deck boxes at one point. Like I need to loop back to that. How much am I doing to him? I do 60, goes to 90, between turns takes 10. Yeah, so we gotta pump up these numbers a little bit. Do that. Do this. That was dumb. Literally attached a balloon to him and then was like, yeah, and I use switch. Why? You can tell I had silly sodas last night. When? That happened. Yeah, no, the game plan would be make a video, have links to the lists in the video. And then, honestly, yeah, it's not a bad shout from the tournament page, just being like, here's links to 2 decks. You can give it a go. I like that idea, actually. Because basically every season lines up with a set release. Well, roughly. Like there will be a new precon, theoretically, for each season. I do, what, 80 to him? It's just game. All right, Toxicity, pretty cool. I like it. Like it. I feel like it would benefit from having a draw support Pokemon of some sort. I don't know what it would be. So, like, the Tatsugiri seems just like the easiest inclusion. Pop it in the active, give it a balloon. It's a pivot piece, so Toxicity can get energy onto your bench. Get yourself a supporter. You could have them on the tourneys page, but for the new people that just can't be bothered making lists and potentially prevents too many people submitting error lists. True. That's true. Because they kind of see that and go, oh, it should be like this. Yeah, there's an interesting one today. Apparently there's an error with Limitless where people can submit special energy A-specs, even if you say no A-specs allowed. So I'm guessing the check for A-specs like rule or filter just applies to the trainer. So that's fun. We've got to ban all the special energies going forward. But yeah, that looks like that's all the rounds done. Deathlike with the resub. How you going, Deathlike? How's your weekend been? I thought I removed Top Cut. Remove last. Save. Oh, I didn't save it. Because we have a clear-cut winner. Yeah, 3-0-2. Yeah, we've got a clear-cut winner. Cool. And we will update the standings for the season. Who would have got points today? Triple, string, drill. Wait, how does it get a Oh, you got the buy. Oh, that is so stupid. I love it. That's pretty stupid though. Oh, no, no, no. Didn't mean to load all those. Save, update rankings. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. Apologies. There we go. All right, so we have updated the points. So for the week, I've got to remove this. I don't think we're doing monthly special events anymore. But for weekly events, we have bumped it up to, I want to say 20 points, isn't it? Let's find all the good words before I start saying the things. Point structure. Yeah, I think we will get rid of monthly special events because I don't think those are going to be happening anymore, at least not in this season. But get rid of that. First place will go up to being worth 20 points. Second place will go up to be worth 15. Top four at what? 12? Top 8 at 10? Then 16 at 8. 5? That sound fair? That sounds good. So the idea around this would be if you get first place, you're getting 20 points. BFL's 5. So if you max out your BFL, you're at 100 points for the season. I think that's good. We used to have it before that the weekly events would total up to 75 points if you got your BFL in them, and then monthly special event gave you another 25. So perfect score of 100, and kind of just keeping that tradition going by switching to this point structure. Might tweak the numbers. We'll see. And then I don't know how to get back to that thing. Now we'll update it again. No, go back. Yeah. Update rankings, because I think that does change the amount of points you guys would have. Okay, but points for the season now. I'm in first on 64. Duds is in second with 44. Moat in third with 27. Jarentee with 20 in fourth. Astro Boy, Tuba, String all tied in fifth place on 15. Rema, Smoothie, and Drillbot all tied for 8th, currently on 12. So how this works is at the end of the season, we will have a top 8 invitational championship. So the top 8 players will be competing for a champion playmat. That's in a best of 3 format. And we did it as double elimination. I think we might just shift to being single elimination just because the tournament it ends up taking quite a bit of time. Deathlike organizer in first, who would have guessed? I'm here for every event, man. It's not fair. It's the law of averages. You guys just got to show up and beat me up occasionally. That's Deathlike on 30 months? Yeah, Deathlike's been around for a while. Do we want to run a quick game? Sure, buddy. Yeah, send me an invite. Me an invite. The shelves you ordered on Black Friday arrived today. Ooh. Nice. Keen to see pictures, buddy. Well, all but one. That's the last one arriving tomorrow. Nice. You've been here since I've got this set up in the background, right? What are your thoughts? I've got to get some lights on it. I've got like a thing of strip lights. I just need to like affix it. Yeah, because I had them in the background at the old place, and it was a rental, so we couldn't actually like attach it to anything. But there's a glue strip on it, and so the glue strip's all dried out now. And I'm like, dang. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna like cut little slits in the shelves in the back, and then kind of slot it in. And I do have another one of it as well I can use. But the way these work is it's kind of just like diodes, I guess, like a strip of various diodes, and you can kind of attach it to extend it. But I only actually have one of the things to plug it in. Like I have 2 strips, but they would have to just be like one really long strip. So I think I'll just buy another one and just have 2 layers. You promised yourself that you're going to run Altaria for the final week this season. You love that deck so much. It's cool. I like the concept of it. Did you send me an invite? Did that happen? We doing the thing? Yeah, you did. Nice. I get to play more Toxtricity. I'm liking this deck, actually. It's cool. Toxtricity and Flygon, they both felt like fairly legit. Not like broken, but good. Flygon has more draw power, though. So I think I prefer that. Wait, hang on. Deathlike? Am I reading this right? Subscribes at tier 1. They've subscribed for 30 months, currently on a 7-month streak. Ah, okay. 7-month streak. Okay. It said in my little feed, it's like Deathlike has resubscribed for 6 months. So I was like, you didn't just subscribe for 6 months in one go, did you? That's just telling us that you've been on that long of a streak, I'm guessing. Like you had 6 months behind it. Right? Like, that is the other thing. You wild, man. Won a Gundam TCG tourney yesterday. That's epic, buddy. How is the Gundam TCG? Because that's new, right? Well, this hand is certainly a hand. Maybe I'll just pass. I don't want to put risky ruins down because they have Monkey Dory. That's literally just giving them an outlet to get damage counters to hand back to me. Oh, he's on for Alligator. Okay, so Sadeki is going to run tonight. I thought you were running Altaria. Okay. Finally building a deck, though, since he's just been using the precon. So you won a tournament with a precon? Is everybody like just super annoyed or? That's too good. Okay, so he's getting the Evo TM play with the monkey. That's concerning. What did he get off Brock? Relicanth and another Totodile? Yeah. Okay. I think it's just more to away the ruins. It's just Monkey Dory ammo. That's all that is. It's him for weakness. Oh, that's pretty good. Not for me though, because he just throws the 30 back at me, but like, it's kind of funny. The lilies thing. Biggest issue is stores actually getting product in since Bandai is bad distributing. Oh, that's not good. No one does meta stomping at the store, and the pre-con decks are fairly decent. Oh, okay, cool. That's good then. That's even like the magic pregons for Commander. Like, I feel like they're pretty legit. Like, it's a very good starting point. Then you just kind of tweak them, upgrade them. I hit you. It hurts me. I don't like that. Like, I'm almost thinking I just guessed up the Relicanth. I need a Monkey Dory of my own, but I also don't have energy for it, so it's kind of pointless. It's like, yeah, guess that just so I'm not hitting him for weakness and he's throwing less damage back at me until I can get an energy or a Monkey Dory. Like, I have the Ultra Ball to get in that Monkey Dory, but the issue is getting the energy to actually utilize it. And if I had a way to switch into the Tatsugiri and get it back, like I've got free retreat, so I could put this on the bench, switch into it for free, use it. But the fact that I don't have a switch to then bounce back into an attacker is risky. Okay. Well, that helps. So I can just Artisan for Monkey Dory instead of having to Ultra Ball away pieces. Shops you work at can't get any packs to sell, but for some reason, a board game store in the mall can get a few boxes. Weird. Oh, dang. Okay. This is what we didn't want to happen. They just big bite me. Okay. Put you on the bench because I'm banking on that you're gonna get knocked out in a second. Right? Even if he doesn't have the for alligator, it's Monkey Dory move 20, reverse thrust 30. Done. I go Tatsugiri in the active, attach balloon. We have Night Stretcher to get a Veltal back. I would also have another Veltal in the deck that I can get into. So if they do reverse thruster and they don't go into something else that can be a threatening attacker, we can just lock something new in the active. Like my guess would be they go into Monkey Dory or the other Croconaw. This is when things get scary. We do have Counter Catcher though. So I could always just Counter Catcher up to Relicanth and then use Clutch on it. Okay. This is going to get scary. Just getting rid of my damage counters in play. Doesn't want to put them on the Tatsu because I have Monkey Dory and I can throw them back at them. It's kind of just like, nah, that's my thing. Fair enough. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's start establishing our toxicities. Holding off on those. Do I use it? I think I do. I literally just need time to get into this game. Do that, do that. Hey, Lily. It's got to be this. Yeah, just to be safe. That's yeah. Nice. All right, pivot Tilio Veltal, clutch, lock this in the active. Next turn, evolve Ultra Ball, get another Toxicity, evolve that. We can ramp energy onto the Sneasel. Retreat, throw it all at him. Or start pumping up numbers on him. I do need a dark energy for our Monkey Dory, though. They're just buying time. Because I'm the one buying time here. If you want to buy some time too, you're welcome to, but Right. Let's do that. It's like I could attach to him to hard retreat, but I really want to attach to him so that I can get him up to 60. Sneasel does what? Another 120 at him? It's not enough. I get him to 40. Sneasel doubles it. Another 80. Gets a KO. I think that's got to be the play. Okay. Then it's, yeah, attach hard retreat, or we're just banking on maybe getting a switch. If we get rid of this, because he could just bypass it. Although I guess if I could take out the Relicanth, he can't bypass it. That's fine. I don't need him. Oh, and I get actual attacks, not just like cheese attacks. We'll just find a switch, right? We'll just find a switch. We'll just find a switch. It's fine. And like, here, I have two. Beautiful. Technically three. Okay. Switch into this, snipe the monkey. Or we just keep them locked for a bit with the Veltal shenanigans. Honestly, not opposed to that. This does make it so that if they're triggering these, though, they're going to have a hard time. I want to keep these. I think we do just keep them locked. No, I take out the monkey. Overthinking. Definitely overthinking. Take out the monkey. They won't be able to heal the fur alligators. Well, they just get another monkey with Artisan, but maybe they don't have another dark energy. What do you do in the Gundam TCG? Like, I'm guessing, is it kind of similar to Pokemon? Like, you're just building up a board of robots to fight each other? Or are you building up a board that's like pieces of a robot? Like, you're just making one big robot. Also, I feel like we're in a very strong position here. Less of a strong position here now. Like, double toxicity gives me a lot of options. Needed that. Wait, did he just big bite me? Okay. How much do I need to do to you? 150. I can't get that high. I can get pretty close with the Veltal's second attack.
Ladies and gentlemen,
using up a lot of our energy though. Bro Lando, welcome to the stream, buddy. How's your day going? Right, so we boost up a Veltal. Move that damage onto him. We've got a switch. Like, he's got us locked in the active, but that's not actually an issue. We can get around it. and then it's just swing 110. We're 10 damage shy, but then he can't use Torrential Heart. Right? Can't use Torrential Heart. If he wants, he can just like big bite us for a little bit of damage again. If he doesn't heal it though, Monkey Dory just takes him out. They have a monkey now. Still can't use Torrential Heart. And they attach for turn to the Monkey Dory. They're just running away. Okay. We just sniped the monkey. I don't even need any of this stuff, do I? I think I might just use Arvin to thin. Get that. Maybe that. Oh, no, just get that. I didn't do that math right. That's okay. So they have to heal the Monkey Dory. They can't heal the Feraligator, which means they still can't use Torrential Heart. So if they don't heal the Monkey Dory, I just take out the Monkey Dory. Okay, so Crispin and Energy onto the Relicanth. So Dark Energy to Relicanth. Manually attach Water Energy to Feraligator. Heal the Monkey Dory. Switch into Feraligator. Use Great Wave. I get another bench space freed up. We Artisan for a second monkey. I just go double monkey proc for a KO. That's a way of doing it too, I guess. Okay. Okay. Right, like I just need to do 40. Unless I just do the 50 there, take him out. Boss KO that. I guess it's the same difference. Yeah, it's the same difference. Boss KO that or boss KO that. And we have another Evelt. All right. I think we're in a pretty strong position here. 2 prize turn is nice too. They're going for another for alligator. Rock for alligator. Okay. Torrential Heart into what? The jet? Do they have a way to poison me? If they have a way to actually set up poison on me, then yeah, it's just like jet thrust into Petrurant. Giant wave. Okay. what can I do to take you out right now? It's just brute bonnet, right? Bench this, attach return, trigger. And we top deck another one. Not sure how many energy are in the deck. We've got 6 in. Discard those. Let's play it safe. Load those back in. Then we'll Sinister Surge twice onto this Brute Bonnet. Does take some damage, but that's okay, because we're just going to fling it right at the opponent. And it's a good thing we went Super Rod first, because there's only 3 energy in the deck after I Super Rod it. Switch into this. And blow him up. I'm liking this deck. This is fun. Can make some very silly plays. Okay. Yeah, it's like we just throw the damage over at the Totodile, switch into something else to deal with Petulant. GG, Zeds. That's an interesting matchup. Like, our decks kind of have some similar plays in them, right? Just like block the opponent in the active, buy some time. When I went for the Yveltal play early in the game and then you just had the switch to get out of it, it was like, yeah, fair. It's good. Frustrating. Taking out the poison and stuff, it breaks so hard. Well, I was wondering, I'm like, what's enabling the poison? Do you have like a Brute Bonnet with Ancient Boost Capsule, or I guess I can just look at your list, right? That's the list from this week's. Let's give it a sus, chat. Let's give it a sus. Okay, 1 Brute Bonnet, 1 Boost. Nah, I don't think there's not enough in there to really justify it. Like, you'd want at least 2 counts of both, right? 2 Brute, 2 Ancient Boost Capsule, or else you're not going to be finding it consistently enough. Like, I like the idea because then you've got Mochi as a way to pump numbers up, but like, you've already got Feraligator's ability to pump numbers up. The cool thing about the poison package, though, is that, yeah, you can poison me, Jet Thrust into the Petulant. That's pretty neat, because then it's not like, oh, well, my Feraligator's just bouncing into another Feraligator, or bouncing into a Monkey Dory, or bouncing into a Relicanth. It's like, I'm going into something else that I don't really mind if it gets knocked out, but it can also help me fix numbers. Not much room compared to the space needed for the main part of the deck. Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Because you cut that, and it frees up, what? 4 cards? Pokemon Search, you're already looking pretty good. Poffin Nest, Ultra Ball, Brock's in there. You could sneak in Jock, I guess, just as extra outs for Croconaw for Alligator. I've already got Dawn in there, though, too. Oh. Yeah, you got heaps of Pokemon Search. Draw support does feel a bit thin. Just Lily and Iono. There's not really like a good draw support Pokemon you can pair this with, hey? I guess you could cut all the poison stuff and put in Tatsugiri. Because then it's in the early game, Tatsugiri is helping you find supporters. When you're wanting to jet thrust, you're just jet thrusting into Tatsugiri. If it lives, you get a supporter. If it dies, okay, that's fine. So cut the poison package, 2 Tatsugiris, and then like 2 research or 2 Mortys just to up your draw support count. That'd be my call out at least. I like it. It's cool. It's very cool. Because I know Remo was a big fan for Alligator. Could squeeze in Dun Dun. Oh, Dun Dun could be good. Dun Dun could be good. Because then, yeah, Jet Thrust into the Dunsparce. Eats a hit, bounces into the deck, gives you card advantage, goes back into for Alligator. Dun Dun could be good. And then it's just cut those 4 cards, add those 4. Just a 2-2 line of it. Honestly, I think it's either or. Neither of them sounds wrong. No, very cool concept. All right. We just call it there? We just call it there, guys. Tourney's done. I've got to send out prizing for that, which I can do right now. I just won't do it that you guys can see the codes, because that's uncomfortable. Or do I have to scan more in? Wait. I won. I don't have to give first place codes. Nice. I only need codes for second place. I do have enough codes handy then. Like, I've got a box of codes. I just need to actually scan them in. That's the annoying bit. Or I was just getting digital ones from Potown. It's so easy. All right, distribute prizing. First 0, second 10. I have 11 codes left. I'll just give them 11. There's no point in me hanging on to a code. Well, it's not hanging on to it. It just gets added into the pool, but... There you go. Extra code. There you go. String, they are coming your way. All right. Is there any other deck lists you guys want me to kind of experiment with? Like anyone workshopping some stuff they want to hand with? Just to do the for Alligator, which I feel like we just kind of
You
went
are
through.
what you are.
Seems like it's in a good spot. We got Simon, hello Goomster, joining the Goomba gang. How you going, Simon? How are you going? Yeah, because I think I might just call it there. We've got the precons built for Phantasmal Flames, so I'll put together a video on that, which I might just do offline. Prizing sent out. Standings are updated for the season. Showed you guys where everyone's at for the season too. Simon, you're trying to get back into the TCG. Nice. Haven't played since when? What set's that? You spelling Scarlet and Violet weird. Is that what you're trying to say? Verizon Genesect. Ah, okay. The way you spelt it there, I'm like, I feel like you're being a troll, but no, I don't think that was your intention. Okay. So not intentional. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That's a bit of a break then, man. That was what it was called. Okay. Like, fair enough. Fair enough. No, like, yeah, Black and White. When was that? 2010? 2012? Jeez. So they recently just did another Black and White set. I don't think it really brought back many decks from that era, unfortunately. Like, there's a couple callbacks with cards, but like, none of them really see play, unfortunately. Like a Genesect card out of it has seen bits play in Goldango. I mean, that's pretty much it. I could be missing something. But like there was a couple trainer cards introduced in it as well, like one that modifies damage into EX Pokemon, which seems like it would be good, but like hasn't really seen play. The Hilda got a supporter card, which was pretty good, getting an evolution and an energy, but yeah, wasn't like the most impactful set. Have you been playing on PTCGL, Simon? Or do you mostly play like physical TCG? Yeah, nice. What decks have you been testing out so far? Alakazam. Nice. Alakazam seems pretty legit. Honestly, just draw a bunch of cards, do big number. Can't really argue with that. All right, I think we are going to be calling it there, though, guys. I do want to get the video recorded, which used to do it while I was live on Twitch. It's been a while though, so I think I might script it and not do it off the cuff, just while I get kind of back in the groove of things. So we will find someone to raid into. It looks like the Zool's online. That's an option. There is Am Charles. Can't say I've seen them before. Maybe give that a sus. And then everyone else seems to be VTubers or doesn't have a camera. So not going to any of those. Let's check out Charles' stream. Struggling with Dragapult. Dragapult's a tricky one to get your head around. Like, I feel like it's a deck that if you're really good with it, can be very threatening. But a lot of the times the deck can almost be its own worst enemy. Like, if it doesn't get set up quick enough, it can struggle. Like it can break pretty bad. Want to check out your Altaria list? Yeah, I can check out your Altaria list, Ezra. Do you have a list for it on Limitless? Or can you send through the list on Discord and I can pop it in? How often do I stream? Currently getting back into the routine of it, to be completely honest. I took a bit of a break because I bought a house and moving and setting up the office and stuff just took a while. So getting back into the groove. Right now, we're doing Saturday afternoons. I'm based in Australia, so that's like guaranteed. We do Saturday afternoons, and I run a tournament called Budget Build Battles, which is all about just single prize shenanigans. So no EX cards and no A specs. So we just finished that. And then I'm going to get back into the routine of streaming Friday nights. It's just coming into the holiday period. It's tricky. Like last night, I had a work event. This coming up weekend, I think I've got another Christmas party. I've got a Christmas party Thursday. I think I have another one Friday. And then the week after, I have another one. Like there's just a lot going on. So I think into January, though, the game plan will be Friday nights, Saturday afternoons. Stupid wear Commander stream? You want to do a Commander stream, Stu? We can make it happen. They don't straight up have Commander on Arena, but they do have Brawl, which is basically Commander, but it's just one-on-one. It's not the same. But you want to do Commander? I got my Momo deck right here. Honestly, I love seeing your post that you're getting into Commander with your partner. That's so wholesome. I was like, that's epic, because I saw you guys did pre-release. I was like, that's cool. And I saw you making the comment about you pulled the Iroh and were considering building a Commander deck with it. So the fact that you followed through, I'm like, yes, yeah. MTG Stoob on the way. And like the Zuko and Iroh look very cool. They look very, very interesting. How did you build Zuko though? Or I guess you didn't build Zuko. Your partner built Zuko. Because I don't think I've actually looked into that one. Iroh I get because it's like, hey, you can recur your lesson spells for like dirt cheap, and your other stuff costs less. Like that's cool. So just jam a bunch of lessons in your deck and go from there. They printed a bunch of new ones in this set. They all seem good. You got a dinosaur one, and it's nice. Did you get the Pantlaza precon? Is that what you're talking about? Hang on, where is he? You want pants? He's good. He's so good. You learn that both your decks kind of suck. Ah, but it's fun though, right? Like it's while you're getting into the game, just like workshopping lists. Like, hey, I pulled this out of pre-release. Can I make a commander deck with it? Like that's epic. That's fun. Pants. He's stupid. I love Pants. Mainly because then I can be like, oh, like I got my pants out, or I got like pants is down. Like a lot of very dumb jokes. They're funny to me. They're not funny, but they're funny to me. And then my buddies just like, but no, he pops off because like there's so many silly things you can do with him. Are you just running it like out of the box? You haven't changed anything in the deck yet? Is that where you're at right now, or are you upgrading precons? Like upgrading precons is fun. I love doing that. That's mostly what I do. I've got like, well, you can see some of them in the background here. Like I bought all the Fallout precons when they came out. One of them is good. The others are like, well, the Caesar one's fine too. Haven't done anything to it yet. Okay. There's some very stupid things you can do to it. But if you and your partner are just kind of like trying to match like deck strength and just keeping precons as it is out of the box, I feel like that's a pretty good way to go about it. Pants is a pretty strong one though. Like a lot of ramp in there. Obviously the discover triggers are stupid, but like you give it protection, like give it some hexproof things, give it some shroud. It's like basically a kill on site commander. So like you want those kind of things. And then just extra things to get additional triggers of the discover. Because I think there's a Sunfrill imitator in there that's basically like, make this into a second pants, and then I get 2 discovers. It's like, that's great. And then there is I forget what it's called. Sun's creation or something. It's like a human creature that anytime you discover again. So it's like you could theoretically get to like 3 pant losses on your board, and then just get things that let you cast creatures on other people's turns, or like cheat things out on other people's turns. Like there's an enchantment called Lurking Predators, where every time your opponent plays a spell, you get to look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a creature, you get to put it in play. It's like it's so stupid. And like you're like, dinosaur comes in, Pants sees it, triggers discover. I get 2 dinosaurs. They're like, I just wanted to play the game. And you're like, it's my turn now. I know it's your turn, but it's my turn. Oh, I love Pants. He's so stupid. Emily picked up Bumbleflower, and you've learned it's not a good 1v1. Bumbleflowers can be pretty scary, though. A buddy of mine plays Bumbleflower a lot, and I think they have the most wins out of our group. I don't understand Bumbleflower. Like, it's a group hug deck, but like you can do some very silly things, and like all of a sudden, Bumbleflower is just massive, and then it kills you with commander damages. So, okay. Then she ran Zuko against Pants, and you just did too many things. Yeah. When Pants gets going, it is stupid. It is so stupid. But yeah, there's a lot of really good dinosaurs you can like swap out with the ones that are already in the deck. It's like the ones that are in the deck, they're like fine, but there's some drastic improvements you can make. So if you guys are already finding it, it's like, oh, Pants is very strong into the decks we have. Don't upgrade Pants then, because Pants can get very, very dumb. It's heaps of fun, but he's dumb. Because yeah, I've got Pantlaza. I built Azula from the Avatar set, and like that deck is scary. It's literally you're just like shooting lightning bolts and flinging fireballs and stuff. Like I tried to keep the deck like on theme with Azula, so it's like if the card has lightning and fire in the artwork, it's okay to use, and like you could do so many stupid things. Like just run a bunch of copy spells, and she copy spells when she's attacking. So I was like, I cast this, copying this other thing, and because I cast it while I'm attacking, there's a copy of this thing that's copying this thing, and like it just gets dumb. The game has been scratching a deep itch that Pokemon and other TCGs just haven't been able to. Yeah, fair. Magic is good. The scary thing about it is the budget for it can get blown out very quickly. Like if you do precons, very budget friendly. If you do upgraded precons, also fairly budget friendly, but then they start to cost a bit. Like once you start buying like the opponent lands and like sack lands and things like that, like it starts to get a bit silly. Hang on, what's going on with my computer? I gotta free up some disk space apparently. Give me 2 seconds. Computer's like, you have 5 GB left. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's probably enough, right? Where is all my recordings? I don't think I'll be using a lot of these for videos. Probably won't be using any of these for videos. Maybe some stuff from today's stream. I think we do the pre-con deck videos. I think that's a fun idea. I want to make that a thing. And Mr. Dudsta, if you want to help me with those deck boxes we did before, if you still have that file and are keen, let me know. Posted it in the 3v chats for whenever you want to have a look. Easy, I'll grab that right now. I'm getting very caught up chatting Commander with my buddy Steuben. It's rare that we cross paths. And I'm taking full advantage of it because I love chatting Magic. What was I saying though? Pantlaza gets dumb. Azula. Yeah, so I built Azula and the deck is terrifying. She's crazy. It like feels very on theme for Azula. And I'm like, this is perfect. Like they captured the essence of the characters very well. Even like all the bending things, like doing the pre-releases, loved that. They all felt very unique. Okay. So tools, deck builder. Import from clipboard? Yeah. What are we working with here, duds? What are we working with? It's all blinked. This isn't a budget build battle at all. Well, why is the stream getting like really buggy or crashing? I deleted a bunch of things, but it's still not showing that there's like free space. Weird. Oh, now it is. Disk space available. Okay, computer, calm down. Need to pick out a few more precons to get. You have a few $100 in save store credit, so might go burr after work tomorrow. Honestly, not a bad shout. There's a lot of really fun ones. Like if you like Fallout, the Mothman deck is a lot of fun. It mills and puts counters on things. So it's like make your opponents discard or mill their deck. You mill some of your deck. You make your creatures bigger. And then you're just like making them radioactive is how it works. It's like when Mothman comes in or attacks, you give opponents rad counters, and then for each rad counter, they mill a card at the start of their turn, and like it does all these silly things. It's really neat. I like Fallout. It made me happy. I'm kind of annoyed we didn't get precons with Avatar. It seems like a really easy one they could have done, even just like monocolored ones, right? Like mono red, mono green, mono white and blue would have just been like easy. Hey, these are the bending things. Make a deck. Yeah, you lost a Mothman last week. They ratted everyone and they made like 50 tokens. That's evil. Okay. I don't do the token Mothman. That's silly. So it's like they just have a very wide board. They're milling all your stuff and then they're making the wide board very big. Okay. That's extra evil. I love it. No, mine, I kind of just like focus on like 4 or 5 things on the board and make them really big. But 100% you can take it in that direction. And that's what I like about Magic. You can take all the decks in such drastic directions where it's just like, this is my build of this list. And then someone else is like, this is mine. It's like, there's like 20, 30 cards that are the same. And then the rest of it's like, you've taken a different spin on it. It's cool. What do we got going on here though? Okay, so Altaria. This is what you played against me last week, right, Dudsta? This silly, like, puts me to sleep shenanigans? And Simon, when did you start playing the TCG? Technically, when I was like 5 or 6. Because, like, I got Pokemon cards when they first came out. Didn't actually play them, but then got the Game Boy Color game and, like, started learning to play the game through that. And then didn't really touch them for a while. Like, I wasn't buying them. I literally just played the Game Boy game. And then when PTCG-O came out, it was done as a beta in Canada. And I lived in Canada. So I was like, I could get back into this. Because like I was big into Hearthstone at that point. And then it was like PTCG-O. And I'm like, I could play this too. And so I got back into it with that, but like not really playing, just kind of like throwing together random jank on ladder. But I moved to Australia 8 years ago, and that's really when I got into playing the TCG, just as a way to meet people. I was like, went to a pre-release, met some lovely people there. Didn't really have money to buy a deck at that point in time because it was just me working. So I was doing like farm work on and off to get a second year for my visa while my partner focused on studying. She was doing a master's program at university, but I was like the sole income at that time. So it was like, didn't earn very much. And then it was like, I want to go meet people, which you don't go to a pub to do that when you're very broke. But it's like, I'll go to a Pokemon pre-release. And it was like $40 or whatever, built a deck on the day. And I was like, this is chill. And then didn't understand that it wasn't like a real deck. It's like, well, you can't bring that to like weekly leagues. I'm like, well, I'll get bodied. So I picked up, I just switched back to the full camera while we're having this chat. I picked up the team up theme decks that they had. So there's like a Charizard theme deck and a Blastoise theme deck, and brought those home, played them with my partner. She wasn't as into it. And I was like, okay, like this Charizard one seems cool. I might just go buy another one and smash them together to make like a more coherent list. Because obviously you want like higher counts of Charizard, and then upgraded it with a couple things like rare candies and stuff like that. And yeah, brought it to locals, had some fun with it. Like I wasn't like winning cups or challenges with it, but I was like putting up a good fight into the guys, and they would lend me decks occasionally, and I just like build nonsense and got into it with that. And then yeah, I don't know, started streaming 3 years ago, 4 years ago, just as like a way to kind of work on my public speaking and help other people get into the game. Because I wanted other people to enjoy pre-release like how I did, because that's how I got into the game. So the main videos I do are like, if you're going to a pre-release, these are the cards to watch for. This is kind of how to build your deck. So like people aren't as nervous going into it. Like not set them up that it's like you're fully focused on being competitive, but it's like, hey, if you're nervous about going to an event, don't be nervous. Like this is what your deck does. These are cards that like you can add to it, but like the way they do them now, you don't even really need videos like that. Like the 40 card decks they give you in pre-release kits, like it's a coherent deck list now. If you pull extra copies of the basic, okay, put that in there. If you pull an EX, you technically run that, but they give up 3 prizes now, so you're probably not going to run that. I don't know. It's cool, but yeah, so long story short, I've been playing the game about 8 years. Triple, you're monologuing again. It happens. Do you remember the XY Crobat deck during Phantom Forces? No. Yeah, I wouldn't have been like, I would have been playing the game, but like not really playing the game. Like I think I made like a Darkrai EX deck that did something because you got it as like a ladder reward on PTC Joe at some point. Just like other weird nonsense. That's yeah, when you did viewer games. Yeah. The Altaria last week. He's cool. This guy is neat. But yeah, you like it seems good. It seems like it's got a coherent game plan. Obviously, it's not doing like massive numbers, but you kind of aren't bothered by that, right? Like you do 110, put them to sleep, they have to flip 2 coins. The only issue is if they evolve through it, you're in a bad way. And if they just have switch pivot outs, right? Because if they just use a switch, sleep goes away. So I think the only call out I would have is adding in a bit more disruption pieces, like maybe an Eerie. So it's like, hey, I'm going to put you to sleep. I want to make sure you're not just holding a switch and remove it. And like I was going to say maybe Xyrosic, because you're kind of going to be like buying a bunch of time. But I don't know. It's a good concept, but you almost want to be always putting them to sleep. Because like you do 110, they go to sleep. You do 110 again, they put something new in the active. They're just going to be setting up something on the backboard that's going to deal with the Altaria, right? Like if you put my guy to sleep, I'm just going to go, hey, I'm not investing anything into the guy in the active. I'm investing on the guy on my bench. So then it's how do you deal with them? And like you've got boss, so obviously it's you see them doing that, you gust around it. You're not running counter catcher, but like the deck is already pretty tight for space. And that's kind of a luxury piece, right? Like it's you have tool scrapper or you have counter catcher, and it's kind of pick your poison. I think Counter Catcher would do more for you than Scrapper, but I understand the logic in Scrapper because obviously if you run into like Okie Dokie, they got a lot of health. Does a new stadium from Flames help this? I think that's just confusion. Like the dizzying valley or whatever. Confused Pokemon, yours and your opponents don't recover from that when they evolve or devolve. Yeah, it's just confusion. It would be cool if we just straight up had a stadium that most Pokemon don't recover from special conditions when they evolve or devolve. Make it a bit more splashable and special condition decks become a bit more viable instead of just like very fixated on one for some reason. But no, like I think the deck decks, it's just hit the active really hard or like buy time, right? You've got Dodrio as a draw engine and secondary attacker. You've got Altaria as a way to buy time. You've got solid draw support in Dracloak and Tatsugiri. No, it's cool. And how are you getting on online? Just Crispin? I think the other call out I would have is maybe a Turbo Energize, but that's almost not fast enough, right? Because like you're using Crispin as an immediate out to get online. If you're ending a turn going Turbo Energize, putting 2 energy on an Altaria or putting 2 energy on a Swablu, I'm just going to Gust KO that. So yeah, the Crispin logic obviously is just like, hey, once Altaria is on the board, Crispin, get a steal, get a water, attach. Yeah. So Turbo Energize probably isn't needed in here. I could see an argument for putting in experience share, just so you can kind of chain Altarias into each other, like even just a one-off. But it's also, what are we cutting to make space for that? Why is Surfer in here, though? I've got to ask. Just as an extra switch? Like instead of running... Also, where's your balloon? Why don't you have balloon? You need balloon. I see this deck list. I just go Gust Dracloak in the active. Cool. I have as much time as I need to get into the game. Right, you've got 1 switch and 1 surfer. So I do that. Arvin, get a switch. You switch out your Dracloak. Cool. I'm struggling to get in the game. Counter Catcher, boss up that Dracloak again. Like, you need at least 1 balloon in here. Okay, so additions would be the balloon and experience share. Balloon, I'd almost say at a 2 count. You also have Tatsugiri in here. Yeah, you need some sort of retreat out. This feels weird without a balloon. Like, I'm genuinely thinking it's scrap the Scrapper. Scrap the Surfer. Draw support does feel pretty limited, but you have outs to get into your Dracloak and Dodrio. So you're kind of just leaning into these more and just tutoring them with like Hildas and Brocks. So I can respect that. Do you not have Buddy Poffin in here? Or am I blind? There's no Buddy Poffin. Buddy Poffin over Artisan. Artisan's nice because it's repeatable, but it's bad because your opponent can use it too. I'd prefer to get 2 things on my board immediately then get one thing on my board, then my opponent gets one thing on their board, then I get one thing on my board. String, you're gonna head out. Oh, good man. Thank you very much for coming by. Hope you enjoyed the tournament. Congrats on getting second place, and the codes are in your inbox on Limitless for you as well. So hopefully that helps you get some crafting materials or some cards to work on another deck for next week, or just keep refining the one you got. But we'll catch you next week. Swapping probably Palpad and Artisan for 2 balloon. Palpad, you've noticed, never usually actually matters. Yeah, like Palpad, it's also one of those luxury pieces, right? Like I feel like Palpad, Scrapper, Counter Catcher are kind of like the, if you have space, this will make your deck better. But if you were hurting for space, they're usually towards the top of the cuts. I would say for your deck, though, you're keeping Palpad because you are quite reliant on supporters. Like you're using that Crispin to get your Altarias online. You're using boss's orders to potentially be targeting the main things, right? Like if you're putting a guy to sleep, your opponent starts setting up something on the bench. You need to make sure that you've got boss when you need boss. So like effectively having it that your deck has 4 copies of boss, your deck has 4 copies of Crispin. Like the Palpad gives you some more flexibility. You're never using it to get things like Lilies or Ionos back because you've got enough draw support built in. Maybe you're using it to get Iono back, actually. In the late game, Iono would be very disruptive to opponents, but you've got a lot of draw support options here, like the Tatsu, the Dodrio, the Drakloak. You've got a lot of outs to recover from Ionos, and other decks may not. So Palpadding an Iono back in isn't bad. I'd almost argue you could go down to 1 Iono though. Just because early game it doesn't do a lot. But like you're leaning into it more for the late game. No research feels weird to me, but I can understand wanting to avoid it. Like you already have enough other outs for drawing cards. Why would you risk discarding things when you've got very limited resources? But yeah, like you could cut the Palpad, I suppose. What's the reversal energy doing? Just a instant attached Altaria? Okay, so reversal is basically extra Crispins when you're behind. Okay. Targetable with Hilda. So you go Hilda for Altaria, reversal energy after something's been KO'd. Swing into the opponent. You're not doing massive numbers, so like you're taking time chipping through something and then manually charging up another Altaria on the bench. Once you take the knockout, they take out the Altaria with their reversal energy. The one that's on basic energy comes up and starts stacking. Okay. Instant attach for Altaria went behind. Yeah. It makes sense. Pokemon League HQ. I don't mind it. Like you need, I feel like in this format, you need a stadium in your decks. It's just which stadium is right. And like you don't have any basic Pokemon that want to attack ever. So if this is just, hey, into Okidogi, they're going to struggle. Into Budu, they have to pay energy to do the attack now. The guys that are going to try and lock you in the active now have to pay 2 energy to do that. So no, honestly, a good stadium. I'd wonder if you'd be better off using the new stadium from Phantasmal, though, the cage one. Battle cage. Just because you're going to be putting damage counters on Dodrio into like Frostlass and Monkey Dory I feel like you are a bit of a liability. You've got abilities on Drakloak. You've got abilities on Dodrio. You don't have a way to heal your guys. So they just go, hey, I have Frostlass set up. You're based around just knocking out my active. You're going to have to take at least 6 KOs. It's at least 6 turns of them just going Frostlass pings all over the place. Monkey Dory fix up numbers. Like, I feel like it's almost an auto loss for you. So I think Battle Cage would do more work for you in this list. Not that this isn't a good card. If you can fit both somehow, fit both. Yeah, I think it's maybe even just cut this down to 1 and have 2 copies of this in there. Because it's just from effects of abilities from your opponent's Pokemon. So your Dodrio is still getting damage counters on him to ramp up his damage, which is good. It'd almost be funny if it's just like prevents damage counters. So then it's just like you may put 1 damage counter on this Pokemon if you do draw a card. And it's like you use the ability fails. HQ is nice, but it's kind of a bummer for how many decks right now aren't basic heavy. Yeah. Like Okidogi, I'm surprised doesn't see more play, but we also have smaller turnout at the moment. That's a factor. But yeah, maybe it is just fully cut this then to free up space and then cut 1 more card. You could cut a Morty, but like, I don't think you cut a Morty. Morty's good. Could technically cut a Stretcher, but your Pokemon recovery is also fairly thin. I almost wonder if you just cut 1 Dreepy. Just go down to a 2/2 line of that. It's nice to have, but not as necessary. Whereas this, you want it starting earlier so you can have it getting damage on it to be a secondary attacker. So like finding the Doduo early to get that big. Finding the Dreepy to get this, obviously also big. You want this to be able to actually play the game. Or not play the game, but like draw cards. But I think you could get away with thinning that down. And then, yeah, maybe it is just cut the Pokemon League HQ. I still think this is a really good card, though. Also, having 3 stadiums is like, it's nice. Into Festival Leave, it helps so much. It's like they put their stadium, bump it. They put their stadium, bump it. But if you put a stadium first, then they just go bump, bump. And it's like, well, there's just staying in the game the rest of the game. But I guess into Festival Lead, like, you don't need this down. You're literally holding on to it just as a counter stadium. So, yeah, fair. We cut that. And then that's the deck. Would be good. This card should be seeing more play in this format than it is, though. Like, the amount of decks that run Monkey Dory. You should just put this in stuff. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, into Frostlass Monkey Dory, if they don't have counter stadiums, you just shut down their whole game plan. Yeah, that would be my take on it, Dudsta. That'd be my take on it. I think if either the meta shifts or just more basics get played over time, you'll shift it more. Yeah. Like, it's a very good card. And that's the thing. It's just, you've got luxury pieces in here. Do you cut them to make space for it? Or do you split the stadium and do 1 battle cage, 1 HQ? Or, yeah, just fully switch with where you think the meta's at. Like, if you think Frostlass Monkey Dory isn't going to show up, then you cut this, you put in HQ. The Scully drops, what is this deck? God damn. No, so here we're doing the budget build battles format. So it's a tournament I host over on Limitless once a week. That's all about single prize shenanigans. So no EX Pokemon, no A spec. And then this is a deck list submitted by one of the users, Dudsta, that comes by very regularly to the stream. And he likes Altaria and wants to make it into a deck. And this is the concept he's come up with. And it's kind of legit. It's kind of legit. Put them to sleep. Maybe they stay asleep. That's like ads. Ah, you guys have ads? That makes it tricky. Having a conversation with you and you're not even here to hear it? That's just uncomfortable for everybody involved. Well, let me know when you guys are back from the ads. But I think I will be calling it there. Dudset, thank you very much for submitting this. It's a cool deck. And I like kind of doing these workshops to help you guys refine these things. And it's take it with a grain of salt, right? There's no perfect 60. I'm not saying this is how you have to play the deck. I'm saying this is my take on if I was running it, the changes I would make to it. So, I don't know. I hope the justifications for the changes made sense to you. And at least gives you a bit of food for thought. The dubious, deciduous, devious ads have rapscallioned you yet again. The timing on them wasn't great. I have them set, they go like every half hour so that you guys get them, and then ideally it's not while I'm in a game or something. And then yeah, it's like you just popped into chat and it ran. I'm like, that's not cool. I want to have a chat with Scully. But yeah, Scully, this is a deck list submitted by Dudsta. So he's one of the regulars in the stream. And it's for the budget build battles format. So it's a format that's all about single prize shenanigans. So no EXs, no A specs. And you can only have 2 copies of a card that have the same name in your deck. One exception to that rule, though, is basic Pokemon. So if a basic Pokemon can evolve, you can have 1 extra copy of the basic for each stage of the evolution in your deck, just to help out with consistency for evolutions. So like stage 1's, it's a stage 1, you can have 1 extra copy of the basic. As you're seeing here with the Doduo. If it was a stage 2, you could have 2 extra copies of the basic. So then your decks that obviously need to get the pre-evolutions on the board earlier in the game to actually do what their deck wants to do, they're more consistently finding those pieces. Whereas big basics that are just like, I throw this down and then I just bonk you in the face. Well, like, they could still do that. But like, their odds of just getting that into play and it's doing what it needs to do. Whereas evolution decks, like, I need to find this piece, then I need to find this piece. Kind of just helping them out. Yeah, so a little bit different. What decks have you beat with it? I haven't played it. That's submitted a list. And then it's just what tweaks would you make, or like what's your feedback? And so I gave him some feedback that was basically add Battle Cage, because I think this deck takes a very hard loss to Monkey Dory Frostlass, which sees quite a bit of play in this format. Obviously you have abilities on Drakloak, Dodrio, and Tatsugiri. Battle Cage just says your Monkey Dory and your Frostlass don't put damage counters on my stuff. It's just like, okay. Cool. Whereas if they didn't have this, like, you're just pretty much on the clock, right? They go, there's a Frostlass in play. All you guys have abilities. You're either not playing the things that you need to play to get into the game, or I'm going to take multiple prizes in a few turns. TCG needs to go back to SP era. What's SP era? It's before my time. I don't even know what that is. We had a person in here earlier talking about going back to the black-white era. I'm like, okay, I know that one. SPA, I don't know. You're guessing slow play. Oh. SP cards from Diamond and Pearl. Oh, cool. That's cool. What do they do? Are they like special partner? Is that what SP was? Like trainer Pokemon? Just a lot lower of a power level that rewards higher skill gameplay. Ah, cool. Well, like, that's kind of what we're going for with this format. Is instead of just, yeah, massive multi-prize Pokemon, it's, hey, let's lean into the single prizers. Let's lean into fixing up numbers, setting up like long-term game plans where it's like, hey, I'm going to wipe their whole board, but it's going to take a bit, just doing like chip damage or spread, um, damage manipulation with like raw sauces and monkey dories and things like that. So today I actually played a Toxtricity, I'm calling it theme deck. And yeah, it was like you're putting damage counters on your own guys to accelerate energy from your deck, and then you had a monkey dory to hand off that damage, and then it set up different plays you could do. So there's like a Sneasel that did bench damage based off how damaged your opponent's Pokemon were, or there was a Brute Bonnet that scaled damage to the active based off how damaged they were. So it's kind of like a pain is gain type situation. These new Whippersnapper cards are they're overstated. I feel like it's also just one of those things of like natural progression of the game. There's going to be power scaling, right? Like if they don't make the cards a little bit stronger over time, there's no reason to need to buy newer cards. Like if it's just, hey, SP era, they would have had what, 100, 120 HP, something like that. And they're probably hitting for about that hard, or like doing 60 or 70. Maybe it's like a 2-shot thing. And then if you go into the next year, you need something that's a little bit stronger than that, so that it's like, hey, people move on to these new decks, or else they're just going to stick with one deck the entire time it's in rotation. And then what's the justification for rotation? You're literally just doing it that it's like you can't play these cards anymore. So they kind of have that natural progression of power happening, and then rotation happens so the card pool doesn't get too big, and so that it doesn't feel like, oh, well, these cards are bad now because they can't keep up with these things. Like if they still had those in rotation, then yeah, people would whine. So they just trim some of the fat, and then makes it so people don't need to know tens of thousands of cards. 380 HP is a lot. Yeah, but when did Diamond and Pearl come out? 20 years ago? It's 200 HP over 20 years. It's 10 HP a year. It's not that bad. And it's not every single card has 380. There is still single prize cards that have like 100, 120. Tag team is when you quit Pokemon due to the huge power creep. Tag team was a pretty significant jump. And like the justification for it was, well, they're giving up 3 prizes and they're trying to make it the game faster. But I feel like that kind of puts the casual players off, right? Because casual players want to have a game that like they feel like they're doing like a full Pokemon battle. Whereas like competitive is, hey, you need to be able to have your games in about 15 minutes. Like you're aiming for one game being 15 minutes or less each time. So that if you do have to do 3 games, it's done within 45 minutes. And then you've got like the 50-minute time slot. So it's like 5 minutes to kind of like find your table, check in, get sat down, have a bit of a chat, get everything set up, and then like 15, 15, 15. It's like giving you enough time to do that full set. But yeah, tag team is a weird era. Doesn't have VMAX. VMAX, whatever. You're kind of whatever. You missed your Lucario EX and Breakpoint Garchomp deck? I haven't tried the XY era, but yeah, I've been hearing about it quite a bit today. All right, guys, I think we are going to call it there, though. Who have we got that's streaming? Zool's on. I don't think we go to Zool. We'll go to someone new. Machiavelli? Has anyone heard of them before? XY is probably the best era since all decks are viable. Like, I feel like we're in a good spot right now. You can make most decks work in standard. All right. What are we watching here? They on Garchomp. Cool. Yeah, let's go check this out. All right, guys. We're going to be raiding into Big Machiavel. I hope I'm saying that name right. Looks like they're playing Garchomp, and they've got it labeled as tournament stream, so I'm guessing they're going to be playing in the Tournament of Doom, which is starting in a bit. Also, welcome to the Goomba Gang, Scully. Welcome, buddy. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Those of you that participated in the Budget Build Battles tournament today, thank you very much for popping by and being a part of that. We will be back next Saturday afternoon for another one, or Friday if you're based in North America, and can see what you guys cook up for it. And yeah, coming into it'll probably be January once I get back to a more consistent streaming schedule of doing like Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and maybe another day in the week there. But yeah, right now just kind of busy with holidays and work and life. So probably just stick to the Saturdays for now with the occasional impromptu stream, like Monday when we hopped on and cracked some magic packs. That was fun. I'm rambling though. Take care, guys.